Okay, that's it for this devlog. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey guys, welcome to another devlog. I think this is going to be devlog number 3, and today Corey is joining me again. Thank you so much for joining, Corey.
Guys.
Today we will be talking a little bit about the story for Advent Guard. Advent Guard being the name that we are currently developing under. We mentioned AI in a previous devlog, so I'll just give the listeners a little bit more insight into that. The Advent Guard is a detachment. They're named by humans. Let's put it that way. So the humans, it's a name for their attachment of AI-driven mechs, bots that are sent out to planets afar, right? They're sent out in an effort to prepare the planets for the eventual arrival of humans. So the Advent Guard, Advent being right the coming, right, the coming of the one. So the humans are that cocky that they can call it that. Guarding the coming of the humans, right? So that's kind of the foundation for the title, the working title, anyway.
Excellent, and that makes sense that you'd definitely want to be having your robots do the dirty work.
So as we were brainstorming, yeah, this made perfect sense. Like, why the hell would humans do it? First of all, they can just send out their detachments to all these planets and take care of it for them.
Barely get packages out right outside of our door.
Exactly. So they only have to make the 60, 70 year trip to the planet. That's all they have to do, or whatever it is by then.
To roll out the red carpet. That makes sense.
So the humans have kind of all the AI bots that have been sent in this particular detachment to this particular planet that this story is focused around it's all advanced AI. None of it's self-aware, right? It's not like Terminator stuff, right? But it is advanced robotics. So much so that it obviously learns and deals with situations and stuff like that. So, but we're talking over a long period of time. From the last time they leave humans to when they actually get sent to these planets and they do their business. So the story of Advent Guard is largely, I'm not going to spoil too many things, but it's largely around one of these detachments going to one of these planets, and it's not a clean cut scenario that they're expecting, right? There's natives on this planet. There are certain situations and events that occur that ultimately maybe shift the AI's focus a little bit, and they're not necessarily totally in line with the human way of thinking and programming. So through whatever means, some of them start thinking differently, reprogramming. All of these concepts we're kind of playing with, but the idea is that there will be war, strife, turmoil, political intrigue.
Okay. We're not talking about just a Star Trek here. We're talking about Star Wars.
Kinda, yeah, a little bit. Yep, absolutely.
So can you talk a little bit about the circumstances under why humans are sort of rolling out this red carpet for themselves to just sort of take over this planet? Is it sort of just this scientific endeavor? Is it because they have to, or what's going on there?
So, one thing we wanted to absolutely shift away from was the concept of our home is being destroyed. We need to reach out. Not to say that it's not going to be, but revealing the backstory of the humans is actually probably going to be part of this single player storyline. So I'm not going to go too in depth with that, but it's not as simple as our home is being destroyed. There's definitely an imperialistic tone to the humans here. There's definitely the humans are reaching out. A lot of it is scientific. A lot of it's exploratory. Some of it's resource driven, right? So there's and some of this is even AI driven, so to speak, for training purposes, which I'll leave it at that. But the larger, I'm going to purposely shroud the rest of it just because that's part of the storyline. But one of the things that, and again, we're working hard on the story trailer. Shout out to Dan Barnett. Thank you so much for doing the soundtrack for this. Corey, you've heard it. It's
fantastic. You guys got to hear it. I'm really excited to see it there.
It's AAA stuff. Let's put it that way. I'm super excited about it. So the concept behind we're trying to build up to this story trailer that's kind of leading into our fundraising program after our multiplayer prototype. And we'll get into all of that later in a later episode. But the idea is that again, there's these detachment of robots that start thinking differently, and they actually start. It's not a matter of just these other robots are clearing the way for humans. They're killing off the natives, right? There's a lot more intertwined stuff here. But ultimately, right, there are differences, and there are certain detachments of these AI-driven robots, AI bots that sympathize, or they want to protect the natives. The story trailer revolves around the humans' first arrival to the planet, very first arrival after all those years. There's a massive battle essentially that's going on in this place called Advent Crater, and that's what the humans have deemed, because they've always known where they were going to land. It's like the landing point, like on the moon, right? When the humans first landed, so this Advent Crater is the site of this massive battle, trying to gain positioning, basically. The natives and the good bots and the bad bots. The humans are coming in and they're arriving at that place, so they're trying to get control of it so they can prevent, the humans or the human robots are trying to protect it, right, for the humans coming. So the story trailer leads into this, and what we'll see is kind of this idea of these newly awakened bots that have been reprogrammed or called aware. They have these new purpose. It's not just protect the humans. They understand that there's a bigger thing here and there's something bad going on this planet. So this will ultimately follow the storyline of them going into this battle, and then the whole thing blows up and everything's just flame. It's going to be awesome. It's just going to be, I can't wait for the trailer out.
So the bots basically learn to grow beyond simply their function, so to speak. Yep. Humans equip them a little bit too well with programming and functions that can learn and evolve, right? So they're gonna take that programming, but again, it's not going to be as simple as human bad, native good now, right? There's going to be turmoil. There's going to be some inner bot turmoil. There's going to be a little terrage inside of themselves about their ultimate who they owe allegiance to, right? Or if they owe allegiance to anybody, or maybe they're just lazy and they don't want to do anything. I don't know. Like it's much more. It's hopefully it's going to be a lot much more nuanced than just good evil. So I can see a path happening there, so to speak, where we sort of have these digital representations of ourselves that sort of move throughout the internet, and as we move forward in time, and that becomes the feeding data for these bots, and it's just generally speaking going to happen that way. That's the best way we know how to train language models is by using existing data, and that's just the best way to train it, because that's how the algorithms and software is used. And so it's interesting that you're going to be able to find a way to sort of branch off from that in a way that is sort of unique.
And you're kind of hitting it on the head here. We're training AIs with data that we have, right? What happens when you start training AI bots with data that's alien, that we don't have? Obviously, it's not going to get a human a result, right? Or even you're going to start getting anomalies. You're going to start getting, results that exactly. So you hit the nail right on the head. So there's going to be, it's not just Terminator, Skynet. Right. There's going to be, hopefully, again, this could totally backfire and we could mess this story up, but we're trying to put some thought into this. So it's an interesting topic, even paralleling what's happening current time. So that's it for this devlog. We've been talking a little bit about the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Corey, thank you again for taking some time out to talk this through with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, take care.